Yes.
Hello. I'd like to order.
Hello, and welcome to the SP Film Viewers podcast.
We're your hosts, Sophie and Paul, where we talk about movies I've never seen.
And sometimes movies I've never seen.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms.
Please remember to subscribe and review our show wherever you listen.
And follow us on social media. Just search for SP Film Viewers.
And now, on with the show. Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself?
Always.
That's the question this film we're going to be covering poses.
Well, but yes and no. Like, I just want to better the version I've got, but does that make sense?
What do you mean by that?
I just want to improve what I am.
And what would that be exactly?
Well, healthier, fitter, happier. Am I missing something?
No, so let's say this film that we're going to be talking about today sort of gives a look on that in a sort of satirical way. It was a film in my I didn't see many films last year, like new films that came
I'm going
out
to say, what do you
2024.
mean? We watch a film every week.
No, I mean, like, you know, what you're supposed to see, like, as film.
You mean new current films?
Yeah, current films.
Okay.
So 2024 was like film of the year, but to be fair, I hadn't seen many from last year, so I've only seen it once, but it left such an impression on me that it jumped quite high up. I will say, I did want your take on it, even though it does have horror elements.
It's not Halloween.
I know it's not Halloween, but I feel
You're
like
not allowed this
is, I don't know, with the other ones I'd want to cover for like October time, I feel like it wouldn't fit in. I feel like it's its own.
I feel like you're just bullshitting to get more horrors throughout the year.
Well, like with Nosferatu.
Yeah. Like, I know we are in summer now, and I've been really invested about Summerween being a thing, but not for this.
I'm going to show you the cover.
Yeah.
Let's see what you make of that.
What the hell? That's disgusting. What's happened to her?
Well, you'll have to watch the film to find out.
Why do I think it's some form of man problem? Like some sort of sick and twisted murderer man.
It is about gender politics, as it were,
It's making
in a
me
way.
feel sick looking at it. Just to describe, if no one knows what this is, basically there's a woman lied on the floor with her spine like sewn up, basically.
And that is Demi Moore.
Well, I can't tell, can I? 'Cause I can't see her
But
face.
she's in the. So yes, it's filmed by Qualley.
Is that a woman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, French director, film director.
But it's in English.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Demi Moore can speak French, to be fair. The only thing I know Demi Moore from is Ghost. That's the only thing I think I've seen her in. I don't know if she's in other things, but I don't think I've really witnessed it.
So, the film synopsis reads as follows. A fading celebrity takes a black market drug, a cell-replicating substance that creates a younger, better version of herself. Hence, the title of the film, The Substance.
So she takes something to make her younger again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, why won't we all do that then?
There are rules to the...
Oh, so I don't just do something and then I'm, boom, young.
No, this isn't Big.
I don't know what Big is.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, we've seen that. We have seen it.
We've seen that.
Yeah, but he doesn't take something to become young.
No, but he wishes to be.
Yeah.
Well, no, sorry, that's the opposite way around. He
wants to be big.
He wants to be older.
Yeah. Whereas this is like, I don't want to be baby. Like, I'd want. Can you pick what age?
13 going on 30.
Yeah, can you pick an age when you can go back to? How does that work? You know, this one of these things where I'm going to ask loads of questions once I'm watching it because it'll annoy me for the scientificness of it. It's like time travel.
Scientific.
It's like time travel.
Like they're actually developing such a thing.
I'll take it that serious that I'll ask loads of questions like, well, how does this work? How does that work? I know what my brain does now.
I know what your brain does now. Done this for long enough to know. And yes, you still pose questions. I'm like, well, nobody's asking these questions. But,
well, I am. So someone's not thought about it. They've missed a loop.
Right, so this should be interesting to say the least.
I won't be. I'd be lying if I said, "Oh, yeah, this is really looking forward to this." Like the only reason why I'm intrigued is because you think I think it's
worth talking about and getting your thoughts on this. I wouldn't suggest doing a horror film if it wasn't worth
Nosferatu.
Other than obviously for that sort of season in October, if it wasn't worth, covering for either a somewhat new release or to something there's more depth to it. So, or intrigued, as opposed to just it's a guy with an axe.
That's what I thought it was, literally to slit her up and that's what it looks like. It's like
no, it's much more.
Like it looked like more what's the word when people is it mutate you or whatever?
Mutilate.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like to me. Like kind of like on Poor Things, and it's like like they're trying to create a new version like that. Is it like that?
Monster.
Yeah.
Let's watch the film and you'll get an exact sense of what.
Okay. I don't.
It's going for.
That didn't answer my question, did it?
So we're back in a little while for Sophie's thoughts.
Why do you mean little while?
Oh, it's quite long.
You didn't say that either. Go on then, we'll be back in a long while.
Sorry, yes. So we're back in a while to hear Sophie's thoughts on The Substance.
There's been a slight misuse of the substance. A few extra hours were accidentally used, causing an alteration. So I'm just looking for the procedure to reverse it.
What has been used on one side is lost on the other side. There's no going back.
No, I don't know what she was thinking. And obviously, she was drunk.
Remember, there is no she and you. You are one. Respect the balance, and you won't have any more inconveniences.
And we're back, having watched The Substance. Pretty girls should always smile?
No.
No?
No. Not if we're not happy.
Are you not happy?
I'm not.
Were you experienced?
Oh, it's a bit like a Titanic vibe, this is, for me. Like, where I enjoyed it until the end again. I'm not going to rush to the end, obviously, of the podcast, but I'm just saying. I mean, I was invested and I could tolerate it until the end, and then just ruined it.
Those last 30 minutes are a bit wild, let's put it that way.
And I think that's kind of really impacted my score, which is a shame, because I think it would have been a good piece if we didn't have that.
Did you, from watching, do you understand why I thought it might be a talking point to go through?
Well, I think as well, for me, like, I am always like female empowerment and all of that, and I think it hits it on the head, like the annoying thing with women, and it's not a thing for men. Like, you can have a silver fox and that's perfectly acceptable, like George Clooney, for example. But then we could have someone that is getting older from a female perspective. Let's say Meg Ryan, for like, she has to have had Botox. She has to, well, I don't even know if Meg Ryan has, but you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I think she has, yeah.
Like, she has to have boob implants and all of this, like, to still look young.
Yeah,
whereas
youthful,
a man can age gracefully and it's attractive.
Yeah.
Where a woman, it's like, oh, you passed your day. Pretty much you passed your sell-by date.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating and it's annoying because it's like, well, that then makes every woman feel that way. And we normally get replaced because there's a younger, shinier version of us out there.
Yeah. And
that can be to do with relationships as well. It doesn't have to even just be like on a TV thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, men are
Men.
fickle, and they still normally want a younger model, like, when they hit a certain age. Don't have any ideas. And
No.
basically, I think it's just, for women, a lot that... I just don't think men appreciate what goes on in a woman's body. We have a lot more things going on, and I think nowadays, like, it is a bit more prevalent of how a woman's body is so much more complicated. Like, we have 4 stages in a month of where we're at. A man is, oh, I'm just at this stage all the time, la 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 la, la la la, just walking along life at the same beat and pace. Whereas a woman has to have a period once a month. You know, it comes every month. Imagine if you did that, like, you would die. Like, if that amount of blood was lost, it wouldn't, you know, you wouldn't survive it.
Yeah.
Also, then we normally, like, ovulate.
Yep.
We then have a moment where we're probably absolutely shattered before we're coming on as period. And then for 1 week of the month, we're pretty much sorted and we're invincible. We can do anything. But if we were that invincible woman for a month, we'd be so productive. Like, we'd do more than a man could ever do. Like, if we had that 1 week where we're perfectly fine and normal and we're invincible all the time.
You're making it sound like, and this sounds rude, but like,
No, it's
you're
true.
completely incapacitated. Like, you can't literally do anything if you're within those 3 months, 3 weeks of the month.
But it's just, we've got about 2 weeks of the month where we're pretty much all right. One where we're fantastic, the other one where we're getting by, we're doing okay. Like, I think the other week we're like your norm, and then the week that we're brilliant, we're even better than you. We are. And I think this is the thing, like, our bodies go through so much more turmoil. Like, we give birth.
Yep.
You know, we ovulate, we release eggs, we do all of that. Our body does so much more. Yet, you're fine with how you are, like, in life to get by. Like, you can age, you don't need Botox, you can have wrinkles. It's fine. Your ass doesn't need to look pert.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Whereas I think that's what's great about this film. It is depicting, like, obviously Demi Moore's character.
Who
She is mighty fine.
Yeah, but
It's
obviously
annoying.
for the film, in the film sense of what Hollywood standard, she is like, say, like past her prime day. But to be honest, I don't think so. I'm looking at her like going, oh yeah, wouldn't like.
What, Paul? You wouldn't what? You'd go with a 60-year-old woman. Well, I'll be honest, that 60-year-old woman probably don't want her. She's 60. Oh, yeah, there's also menopause. Like, she'll have gone through that.
Yeah.
Like, her libido will be, like, probably flat at this point, and she didn't even want that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that she looks good for her age.
It's annoying how stunning she looks. She looks even better than me, and I'm half her age, and it's frustrating. But I do know, like, I became a bit of a bitch, and I was slagging her off. I went, well, the boobs are fake, 100%. Like, straight away clock back, 'cause I'm like, well, gravity does take an impact on life, and clearly hers haven't seen gravity. So, like, there's that. Also, like, you could tell in her cheeks, like, she had Botox, like, she had. It's not, like, to the point of where somebody's had Botox and they look ridiculous. Like, it was...
some people do, yeah.
Have you seen Cher? How old's Cher nowadays? And she looks...
We did see Cher in the film earlier this... but, you know... no, not of recent...
Cher.
Yeah.
Like...
Of recent years. No,
yeah. She's... And Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Like, these are women that, like, you look and you think, well, they're in their 80s. Well, is Dolly, like, 80 or 90?
70 in she, I think.
I don't know. Let me Google it. 79.
So almost 80, yeah.
And
she's not almost no wrinkles on her at all.
No. I think that's the thing, like, there's certain women, like Cameron Diaz at the moment, I'm really liking her, and like Jennifer Aniston, like there's people like that are aging. Even Drew Barrymore, like she's looking really good for her age.
Good. Yeah, she is, yeah.
Kelly Clarkson, like there's loads of women that are getting into the mid-40s. Davina, what's her face? McCoy, or what's
Davina McCall?
Call, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know if she's had Botox or not, but she's one of those fitness people that looks like always quite toned and like for her age and everything. Like she's just one of those that's just really healthy. And I think this is the thing with this film. It's like, it's highlighting these issues and how men, like, there is not a single young man apart from the one that gives her the substance.
Yeah, but we learn later on in the film that he's also taken that, and he's going through that procedure as well. But the film obviously also highlights the the fact of obviously like just the entertainment industry of just, you know, like fame and being forgotten. Essentially, that's like the very start of the film when she's having a plaque on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, kind of Elizabeth Sparkle, Demi Moore's character, and you know, you're seeing like oh look, she's on the red carpet and all that kind of stuff, like take pictures. Oh look, it's like a famous hotspot, and then eventually as time goes on, it's like, oh, do you remember her? I'm like, yeah, she was in that film. I can't remember what it was, and then you know, gets like leaves blown over her, and like,
do you feel like it's
stuff gets splattered on the floor and stuff?
It's a little bit like Olivia Newton-John in a sense. Like, obviously she had the hit with Grease, and that was like a massive, like, Hollywood kind, like, massive hit.
For her, yeah.
And then she did the, like, physical videos. I think that's where I'm going into.
Right.
And, like, obviously she was in the spandex and the, like, what are they called now? Wristbands and all of that. And I think she did do a bit of fitness. And obviously not saying her career dwindled, like, obviously she's still, like, I know who she is, but I think I only know Olivia Newton-John for Grease.
Yeah.
That'd be...
I think on this within this film, Elizabeth Sparkle has had a fair few films under her belt, but then as time's gone on, it's like she's had to resort to being a fitness video personality, as it were, to pay the bills, because that lifestyle is very costly.
And she does look really fit and healthy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but to the standards of the men in the industry, I think he's called Harvey's the one who's the grotesque shots where you, like, even when he's first in like the bathroom, is that really close up of him in the urinal like thing, like this, how, you know, overbearing he is.
Yeah.
And then shortly after, when he's obviously slagging her off as she's in the bathroom because she can't go into, it's out of order, here's all this little conversation, oh, she's like over the hill kind of thing, and then having the conversation with him when he's eating those shrimp, and it's like, it's purposely meant to be, oh, look, disgusting.
But he's making him pig of himself, like he's like...
And just tearing and just...
Imagine if we did that, like, as a woman, like, if she was doing that in front of him, like, she'd literally get sacked within seconds. Like, it won't be acceptable for a woman to do that. And I think this is what this film portrays very well. I think it does have that, like... But then at the same time, I don't agree with Elizabeth Sparkle's character. Like, I don't know if I'd want the substance, knowing, like, that something's going to grow out of me. I guess she doesn't know that for a fact. But
obviously she's no idea.
The way that she's making it sound like there's going to be another version of you, like you're 7 days on, 7 days off.
Yeah.
This is a bit scary when I think of the substance now, because I thought she was herself in the younger woman's body, but calling herself Sue for quite a while. So I didn't realise Sue had her own brain, her own goals, her own whatever.
Well, I think it is. Well, I say like you are the same person.
You are, but you aren't, because I thought she was her old head in her new body.
Right. Okay. But it's like having those new ambitions of like, oh, okay, I'm back feeling youthful. I can make a new career of myself from that.
Naive, and I think I thought she'd still have her old brain, if that makes sense.
There's
so, like,
obviously a sense of that, but at the same time, it's a bit like, no, like still looking back at yourself, like, or from as a like from a parental side of things, like, oh, look what you're doing with life, I'm going to do what I think is better for me, kind of thing, and all that kind of stuff.
And that's fine, but I think as the younger one becomes like more profound and
prevalent, I
feel like she becomes more selfish, and I think this is where 100%. She's not realising the impact, and I think that's the bit where I thought...
Yeah, which on the second viewing, I would have thought there'd been more of an impact on the younger self as well, going through. Obviously, she's like, oh, just one more day, like, of keeping the youth within me. But it's more like Demi Moore's...
for the food. This is a bit I'm confused by. So, like, initially they do it by the books, and it's 7 days on, and the young one's living, and the other one, the old body's on the floor, basically, in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And they're on this food drip for 7 days. And the young one has to take insulin, kind of.
Yeah.
Or
stabilize.
Essence. That's what I could think it was, pretty much like Dark Crystal. Shoots it.
Yeah.
The old body to get her feeling youthful. And then they do the switch after 7 days and they transfer, and then she's back to her old self. So that the first like 2 weeks works fine, like, even though she's quite bored as her old self.
Yeah, you can definitely see like a shift in tone, and everything's all bright and exciting, but when it goes back to Elizabeth's life, it's very like mundane and boring. I'm just sitting and looking at my mail, watching the TV,
telly.
yeah.
And
it's like,
and I think as well, it's like her character has died in the sense because like the way that the other ones portraying themselves are like, I'm Sue, I've moved into the new apartment. She's very much making herself aware that she's there.
mm-hmm.
Where then it's like, well, if Demi Moore's character Elizabeth does go out, it's a bit like, oh, well,
I thought you'd left, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's like
so
it does make you
isolating
think
her.
like how can you maintain this lifestyle as great as it seems? It's like it's not all going to be rosy peaches because obviously people are going to wonder like, oh, where have you been for a week and then come back and all that kind of stuff. I know she says that, oh, I have to every other week because I'm caring for my mother or whatever, but that gets around it that way quite easily. But for anybody else doing that in normal circumstances, how would that work?
Imagine
like if you had a normal day-to-day job.
It wouldn't, would it?
Yeah.
But then I don't get then how that old man does it because he's at a hospital. Because obviously this all starts from that it's her birthday and she gets into a car crash and somehow she's unscathed from any injury, which is a flipping miracle because that car toppled.
Yeah, totaled. Yeah.
But then he's there at the hospital, so unless he just volunteers now and again.
Yeah.
But what are they doing for money? Like this is obviously Sue's bringing in cash. And obviously Sparkle has a lot anyways, but so that kind of works logistically. But at the same time, it feels like Elizabeth Sparkle has to do a lot more mundane, or pay the bills, sort everything out, tidy the
like
house.
a mother kind of thing, like doing the chores.
Doing the shit jobs.
Where Sue is more like, I'm doing the fun things. And
but then I think the thing is, like, Elizabeth's character doesn't know really what Sue's doing while she's on the floor. No. And I thought when they switch, something would, like, they'd know.
You have the memories of, like, it's not until you come, like, it's like coming back to, you've trashed the apartment, essentially. Like, what have you done, kind of thing, like.
Yeah, I just thought they'd have had the memories in the brain, but I think it is a complete different brain.
Yeah.
And the fact that Sue is getting very greedy with power and wants to be like famous, wants to be the newest Elizabeth Sparkle, that she's just taking advantage of Elizabeth's character. So initially, obviously, the first time she does it, she only does it by a day, doesn't she?
Yeah, because she's hooking up with a guy, and it's like, oh right, got it, because she's like lost track of time essentially. And it's like, oh, just really quickly, just going to take some more of your essence, as it were, to tidy me over, rejuvenate myself. But then it's a bit more of like, oh, that's a drug in itself. Like, oh, just one more hit of like keeping this going, and say Elizabeth sort of like paying the price on that more so than Sue is. Like, she can be more like hideous and decrepit.
So initially it's just a hand, bless her, and it looks like a witch's like
finger.
One finger.
Yeah.
I could actually think I'd prefer my whole hand to do it than just my one finger.
Yeah.
And then I really felt for Elizabeth in this because, like, obviously she'd done this to feel young and youthful, but if anything, it sucked her life away from her. She's isolated even more than ever. Now she's becoming more hideous, and she's hating herself and just looking at what Sue is, because obviously there's a massive poster.
Yeah, it doesn't help matters.
Like, above it.
Yeah.
And she wants to just go on a date with this one guy, which actually is really below her standards, because the fact that he gives her his number, it drops into a mucky puddle, and he doesn't even have the audacity to rewrite the number.
Yeah.
He picks it up from the puddle and gives her it.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I'm sorry, if that was any guy, even if it was like a celebrity, I wouldn't be ringing him back.
Just stuff that.
I'd be just like, well, your standards are a bit too low for mine, I'm sorry. Like, I'd have gone, no, can you write it on a new piece of paper, please?
Yeah, and I guess that's, again, shows the struggle, inner struggle that women go through all the time, and more as a reflection of that, maybe, because she thinks, oh, she's all like dressed up and ready to go out, but then and then she's questioning it as she, like, seeing Sue there and also on the poster as she's about to leave, and it's like, no, actually, I'm not, like, I'm hideous by comparison. Like, why should I be? I don't feel beautiful enough compared to her. Like, it's like, I'm never going to, and it's like that frustration, which is like, I do feel sorry for women who, like, feel that way, like, how the inner turmoil that you go through for that, because
it is awful. Like, I've had moments where I go through my wardrobe, and if I'm not comfortable in something or confident, you know how many times I have to outfit change. Or pre-plan what I'm going to wear. Because it's like whereas you just go in and go, right, that's a pair of jeans there, that's a t-shirt,
really
that'll do.
Job's done,
And it's just frustrating because it's like, well, for a woman, it's like, oh, well, what top goes with what pair of pants, or what accessories do I need to add, and it can be overwhelming and exhausting, and especially if you're comparing yourself. And I think this is the thing, like, I've learned, I used to compare myself to everybody, and I have to just stop and go, no, like, I am me, and all I can improve is me. Even though she's trying to improve herself, but she's not, because I think this is where the substance is not very clear with how it's advertised to her initially. I feel like she's been false advertised. Like, she knows there's going to be transfers, she knows there's going to be switches, but I don't think she knows, like, the implication of what happens if somebody overdoes it, and how can she control Sue constantly not switching her body?
Balance.
Like, it's a trust.
It is totally a trust thing, but
how can you trust something like you don't even know how it's being generated or created? Like, unless it was her mind in Sue.
And going, no, I've got to stop this, but it's not. It's just the clutching onto that, the youth, essentially. That's what it's all. That's the horror of it. And obviously, speaking of that, there's a lot of, this film has a lot of body horror, and one of the things I do like about it as well, because it's like pretty much all practical effects as well, so that adds to the sort of like gory grotesqueness of it. It looks very believable. For the most part, anyway. Obviously, there are extremes like that happen later on, but
like
it's,
the sewing up of the back, of which you see on the front cover, which is like her going through the flesh with a metal hook, and it is a bit like, ooh. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. As much even the first time watching it, I was a bit like, oh, looking away, kind of thing.
I did. It was funny because I sashed you at the beginning, and then Karma came back around very quickly for me, because I was like, there was the needles, and you were like not looking, and like, wait a minute, so you can't. She's shoving a needle in her arm, which is freaking you out. But then her actually getting sewn up, you didn't seem as freaked out about that.
Oh no, I did on that. It was more that the back was splitting. I knew I could detach myself from thinking that's not a real thing, and that wouldn't happen.
Do you know what I thought when I saw it? It was like birth.
Yeah, it's essentially a rebirth.
Back. Yeah. And I'm just thinking, well, that does happen to women, like, and you could have a cesarean, and that's a similar thing. It's just coming out of my back instead of me stomach. So I think that still did did me worse than an injection in my arm. I'll be honest. But yeah, I think it is a bit. You didn't tell me how long it was, nor did you tell me it were an 18. Like,
no,
so
I'll keep that a secret. Did you feel the runtime was justified, or
it worked? Actually, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah, because I was kind of worried coming back to the second time, thinking, "Oh, this would be a bit of a slog." But I feel
how
like
long
it's
is it
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Wow. Okay, it didn't feel that long.
Yeah, no, it did actually. Like before I knew it, like first hour flew by, kind of thing, and it's like, oh, okay,
it's intriguing because you've got the new character Sue, and initially you do like her.
Yeah, you meant to that everyone's you're just sensational kind of thing, and it's the whole like, oh, who's this new starlet kind of thing going into our lives and everything. Just what is it? It's like sort of a new singer that's popped up or whatever. It's like, oh, who is this person? And you get really excited about a new actress or anything like that.
Yeah, that's doing really well.
Yeah, a lot of buzz around her. I did wonder this time as well, like, what's the significance of her naming herself Sue?
I didn't know if it was to do with substance or if it was to do with, like, they were going to sue her in the end.
There's a couple of theories I kind of found, whether they're super accurate or not, but one of them being it could be an anagram for use, as in using the drug.
Okay.
One being like a trope of a character in fiction called Mary Sue, which is like a example of a young, beautiful female character with no weaknesses, essentially. So just like, like I suppose even like a Marilyn Monroe-esque, where, like you see her as Hollywood's like perfect starlet kind of thing, wouldn't you, in a way?
Yeah.
I guess. Or another theory that's kind of implied the fact that it's just because of the way that the phonetic pronunciation of her name, when she says, I'm Sue, because it's just like like doing the ooh, like with your mouth, your like kissy face type of thing, and which is kind of think about is emphasized with the obviously when on those screens and it's played over and over, it was like to a beat kind of thing. I'm Sue, like just to really get that across, like wow, like and also
it's quick and snappy, isn't it?
Which Harvey also makes a point of when he's just like, "Oh, talk to my assistant."
Yeah.
Whatever her name is. Well, that's who's got time to say that? You can now call Cindy.
Yeah.
Because it's just
make it easier.
Yeah. Because again, that's another thing. Obviously, it's again the satirical dig at like that as well. Like, oh, I haven't got time. Busy people. We've got to be getting things right, done, dusted, and
seems easy to remember as well.
It's
friendly. It's linked.
Sweet, innocent, kind of. Yeah.
Normally, every Sue I know is pretty much not that though. Just saying. Yeah. I'm that nice Sue, I don't think. You know, when you just have a name that just makes you think of somebody nasty.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think for me, I just feel sorry for Elizabeth's character in the end. Like, I think she just gets to a point of where she's just getting violated a little bit by her younger, better self. And I think she's got to a point of where Sue's just overtaken her and just basically got this promotion, wants to be doing everything she wants to be doing, and is just sucking the life and soul out of Elizabeth, basically.
Almost literally, draining her.
Yeah.
Even more so.
Yeah. Point that she's obviously got this big New Year's Eve performance that she's meant to be doing. And then she gets to a point of where, like, obviously if she doesn't get the insulin or get the essence or whatever it is, she's her nose starts to bleed. She somewhat seems to malfunction and has to do a quick switch in order to, like, get more essence, because obviously she needs to regenerate, does Elizabeth's character, basically. Well, Elizabeth wakes up and she's like a flipping haggard old woman.
Which, as you said, like, I think you made a comment before, like, oh, it's like the old woman from the Shining.
Yeah.
Which she kind of does look like there. And also on that as well, like, another thing I did like about the film, like the way that even like the framing of shots and felt very much like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, like the hallway and stuff, the way that the carpet and everything.
I can see why you'd like it.
And also even that when she's like the old haggard, that you know, the bathroom shot when she's like, it's from like below her, and she's like pressing a bit like, you know, when Jack's on the ball against the door to Wendy's like, go check it out, kind of thing. That's the
can see that.
And there's, I mean, the framing of scenes as well. There's everything feels like sort of isometric, in not just like straight down perfect central view. There's like
it's showing you where to zoom in, kind of.
A focal point almost.
Yeah.
Just like very far in the distance. Even when she goes to collect the substance from her locker and everything, that's kind of angled in a way that it's almost the panels are in an isometric grid kind of thing. It's really not. I don't think I've seen that kind of level of perspective, shall we say?
And everything feels quite clinical as well. Like, it's very, like, when it's Sue, it's very bright lit, it's very pink, it's very stark in a sense as well, but like shiny and new.
Yeah.
And then I think it does well with the lightings when we go further along with Elizabeth, where it is more a bit duller, a bit more grey, to make it more grim. But then when you go get the box, it is very light again and like a rebirth thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do think there's a lot of thought and effort being put into the film. It's just the end.
The end where I was very taken aback by your reaction to one of the bits, and we did have to pause, right? Because you it was when Sue was just about to get ready for her show, and she'd done like
we'd missed one bit though, haven't we? Where Elizabeth's character tried to terminate her.
Yeah. But then she couldn't. She's about to, and it's like, no, I can't. I kind of need you because I'm like pathetic, kind of thing. And then they kind of like they coexist at the same time, which is like a little bit of a dangerous thing.
But then what annoys me then is Sue's character. Like, she goes off on a one.
And that's where it kind of lost, isn't it? Yeah, because she's like kicking her to death.
Yeah, and it's awful because she's like an old little woman. Like, you're literally kicking your grandma to death pretty much in a sense. Yeah. And she's got no chance because you're like, in your 20s, really youthful fitness instructor. Like, just not fair. And I think that's the thing when you actually, when she's doing it, she's not realising until the back end when she's braid the shit out of her that we are one and this is actually going to impact my body. She didn't think that, and I think that's what then happens with the bit that you're telling about. Yeah,
so she goes to the bathroom because she's got like, getting like the sort of like that muffled, headachy thing that's going on with her, like when something's awry, and then she goes to the bathroom and her teeth falls out, and then she proceeds to then start pulling other teeth out. And I was like, I just left the one to
Yeah.
start going, oh, let's see if the other ones
At
do.
least.
And then she quickly tries to get back home. And that's the bit when she kind of meets all those other men in the corridor.
Mm-hmm.
I said, like, is everything okay? And she's like, oh, and smile. And she's having to not like bare her teeth, but just like put on a brave face. And that bit is obviously looking at the fact that all those like executives are like old men in suits, and then they're all like almost essentially drooling over all the young models who were like the dance troupe, walking down the corridor as well, and that's a bit like, it's obviously knows what it's doing. But then the bit when she's like trying to get back home, as I say, and she's pressing the elevator button and a finger, ow, that hurts, and then she pulls back a fingernail, and you were like genuinely like,
I dipped.
Yeah, and it's like, are you alright? And so, you genuinely thought you were gonna throw.
I think I thought I was, and I think the bit was it sounds dramatic, but the teeth were getting to me. And then I saw what was happening, and I thought, oh no, it won't go there where she actually peels her fingernail off. Well, it went there because I thought I'll keep looking because I'd sassed you over an injection. And then all like, oh no. And it was the noise. I know that sounds daft. It was the noise of it, like the. I don't know what. You bless you.
I was like, I got to get you some water. I think. Are you okay to continue?
And I was just like,
just looked. I should have been taking notes.
I know. I should have looked away, and I just didn't.
Yeah.
And then I think that's when I said to you, like, how's it gonna? Because I think the thing what freaks me out. Is that could actually happen? Like your finger could come off your nail, and
you could get
it's
trapped
very
in a door,
cringy, and your teeth can fall out. Like these are
that is a big fear of mine that will happen one day. Touch wood, it doesn't for a long while, but like
when you're older
and like one of your main teeth, it's like that's it. You're not getting them back.
And I think that's what was freaking me out, and the way she was pulling them out, and then the nail, and it was just like these are actual things that can happen.
Not so much the ear falling off your
well,
head.
The funny thing is, the ear did not even affect me. It was so stupid.
Because again, that's like you can detach from that. It's like that's never gonna happen.
That's it. I can think, well, that's never gonna happen. I don't need to worry about it. Just like something coming out of my back. Hopefully, that's never gonna happen where I'm giving birth to out of my back. And the rest of this, that. Like, when you said, can you continue? I was like, well, is it realistic? Because if it's realistic, then I'm going to struggle. But you were like, oh, no. Like, I think he can kind of detach from it, which I could. Still didn't mean it helped the matter. I feel like you need to just express what this next bit is, because I feel like I just don't understand what happened. Like, she transferred...
She gets...
She
goes back. She gets the remaining... liquid that was that you use only once, the initiation process for it all.
But then I said this to you when we were watching it. I went, well, use only once. Does she mean she has to use all that green liquid once? Because she just syringed herself with like 10 mils or whatever it was, and that was it. And then she'd got a new baby called Sue, and there was still stuff in the bottle. So I was like, well, right, but are you only meant to use it once? Yeah. But then it does say use once, then discard. Yeah. Like when Sue goes back to it.
Yeah.
So I think they should have chucked it so that this, whatever, the ending doesn't happen.
But for the purpose of the story, it's what it is. So she kind of does that because she's like, oh, well, I'm falling apart. Right, best make a new version of myself with that. But because of like, they shouldn't follow the rules, she's been breaking them for quite a while in other aspects. That is like really the punishment for her for trying to do that. So she becomes Monstro Eliza Sue. Eliza Sue. Yeah.
It's
this abomination. With there's a grotesque prosthetics going on there, and there's I suppose if you could call it a favourite aspect is the Demi Moore's face at the back, just agape, like she's like literally screaming in pain. She can't
do anything about it.
So she then like puts on a dress and puts some little earrings in her
whatever hole she's got,
and then sticks a face of but there's the sparkles from the poster or the picture frame on the wall, and puts some makeup on it and walks along. And the fact that some of the people when she goes back to the studios, we've got to come in kind of thing, we're waiting for you, as if like, yeah, this is completely normal, like just because she's put that poster in, even though that isn't even Sue, so I don't even know why they're saying that.
Yeah.
And then obviously the mask falls off to reveal Monster. Everyone's first like stunned silence, and then almost like from like an old Hollywood film where like the women scream, there's a monster kind of thing, and then everything just goes into chaos.
Is this in their head? Is this like, because there were some bits where throughout the film what was like when they were transferring over that didn't happen. I felt like the drumstick thing. Yeah,
I think that was more a case of the younger self worrying, or maybe like worrying that, I think I'm getting old again, aren't you? With that, it's like, because she's eating poorly, this is the lump of fat that's literally coming out to purge it from me, and it's literally a drumstick kind of thing. So that would be in her head as part of a worry of that, and also the part of it when the guy she's with initially like unzips her back dress, whatever, and then like her innards fall out of the back of her thing, and that's another this is going too far type of a sign of things to come, like the horrors of this whole process kind of thing. And so it just goes into a bit of a chaos when everyone's like, "Oh, you freak, you monster!" Like,
how did her arm get chopped off again to be completely create a complete bloodbath?
I think it's just.
Or did she fall in bits?
Just falling apart, literally, because it's literally...
I looked away a second, and then this arm was like just squirting out blood, and everything was getting red, and I was just like, for God's sake. I was just like, this is ridiculous now. I just got past it. It was just like, it made sense, like her teeth falling out and nails dropping off. I really need a second regeneration of this monster, Sue, Elizabeth, whatever. It didn't go down well for me. I don't know, what did you make of Monsters? I literally haven't wrote anything since there were blood everywhere, and after that, I've literally not retained it. Like, I was just like, this is ridiculous.
I think, like, first time, I think, like, the Demi Moore face is a bit like Jaws, like, a bit agape.
Yeah.
Like, with what I'm witnessing with it all. I think semi less impactful the first time than the first time watching it, to be honest, but still quite like shocking. I come back to remember what even occurred, like with this monstrosity and everything like that. I do feel like, I don't know, like looking back on it, it's like, okay, it doesn't need probably to go on for so long with the whole blood spurt. I
think it didn't help me sat there, Paul, like this, like, what the hell?
Yeah, you're looking over it, like, not impressed.
And then even the ending, like, the whole body just decays on the floor, and the face still
crawling. And you said, why? I'd just give up if
I would. I literally, like, if that were my face, I'd be like, does somebody squish on me? Like, I'd just give up. I'd be like, oh, for God's sake. But
then, with that bit, it's like she crawls away, and she goes back to, like, a podium, as it were, where you obviously the star with her name on it is like, this is like a sort of like at peace with herself, and then she kind of melts into the floor. And then
the palm trees and the glitter's coming down
in the sky. And then she gets cleaned up the next day, and she's completely forgotten about it.
And I think that's the thing, where the moral of the story is, in my opinion, it's not worth doing all the Botox, all the shiny shit that you put in yourself to make yourself look young. Just age gracefully. That's the moral, because, like, if anything, it impacted on her and it made her worse when she was older. She aged dramatically from this process, where she would actually looked fine.
Yeah.
And she would have had a lot more years on her, but she got to, like, from 50 years old to 90 in like 3 months because of it.
Yeah. Trying to push yourself to meet those standards that the entertainment industry kind of holds.
To be honest, when she wanted to retire, she wore like 50s. Like, would she not want to early retirement, like not bother with it all and just earn off her livings? Like, I don't know, if she made mega bucks and they're treating you like shit, like, I'd be out of there. But then she don't have any family, she don't have anything.
Exactly. There's no kids, no nothing.
So it's like, that is her life.
Yeah. She's like very lonely in that regard. So that's why, like, even like going to the bar and everything and seeing like, a younger person talking with an older man and everything, it's like, not getting the attention that she once had, that kind of thing. And it's...
Yeah, but then it makes you think, how awful was she to all these men to not actually settle down? Like, did she...
Well, it's again, you could we don't know all that background as such, but,
No.
these choices that you make
Yeah.
when you're in your thing, you're thinking you could get a better offer, essentially, or whatever.
you're
and
invincible
more,
at that
all
age.
kind of stuff.
It's only when you
But-
hit your 30s that you realise, like, life is shorter than you think.
Mhm.
Anything else, Paul? Since it's your movie of the year of 2024? Yeah. Can't wait for me to score this one.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued to know what you give it after all.
It depends on how I'm feeling. I'm actually in a happy mood today, so that's good, isn't it? I might not be complete savage.
No, I think that's the majority of what we've talked about is just be sort of repeating myself. In a way, I think it does get the message across of societal issues that still prevalent within gender class and everything like that.
Yeah.
And just say the entertainment industry, but just done in a way that feels very unique.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a horror.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'd watch The Shining any day over this.
Good to know.
I'd even score The Shining higher than this, which I probably, when I first scored this, was a bit harsh to it.
Yeah. I don't think you're too bad. I have to look back on notes to what you give it.
I would actually think it'd go up higher now, just because I appreciate it.
But today we're finding out what you're going to rate this as a first time watch. And
so can I give you 2 scores and then I'll try and figure out what?
Okay.
So if we hadn't got the last half an hour of this film, where her teeth start falling out and her fingers are dropping off and
not kicking her to death,
yeah, all of that, I think it would have been an 8.
Okay. What can I ask? What would be if it was what would be the end point for that?
I'd
to
be happy with them both at dying. Like she gets to that point where like New Year's Eve comes, but she doesn't have anything in her, and they're both
just lying down.
She don't get round to getting switched, and that's it.
Right. And then they're just both lying next to each other in like a artistic shot of something like zoom out or something like that. That'd be it. Okay.
That'd be like okay. That's like the fatal effect of it all. Yeah. I think it just ramped up too extreme for my liking, and it was just a bit too excessive. And I'm like, how much did I hate the ending? To where do I then score it in the middle? If that makes sense.
So if we go from an 8 to a what on the other side of the spectrum?
If I mark the ending,
if you tag that on,
that would be like a 3.
What 3 out of 10 or?
Like the end, just for the ending, I'd say 3 out of 10. Like for the ending.
Wow.
So
that's a big drop.
I feel like 8.
Meet in the middle.
If we do 8 minus 3,
that's 5.
I'll be generous. I'll do 6.
6. Well, I can't believe that would. I mean, it did actually give you like a visceral, like make you feel a bit sick.
Yeah.
Which is all the years I've known you. You've never gone look. Gipped it of watching the film. So,
and I think that was just because it was like I can detach. It was just so real. Like her fingernail could have come off, and then I was thinking, well, why the flipping hell are you ripping it off? Like that'd be the least thing I'd want to do. I don't know. I just think as a younger Sophie self, I've had to have my toe nail removed, and it is a bit of a moment for me. Even seeing my toe without a nail and just the skin freaks me out.
Takes you back to that.
So maybe that's what it subconsciously
but
is.
Even I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I'd be.
Well, you get freaked out when I just take off my gel nails or like the transfers I have. It freaks you out, me doing that. So it's the same thing. So yeah, I think a 6 is... And it's annoying because I can like Nosferatu, I can see the shots, Paul, I can see that they're cleverly done. I can see the transitions when it comes to Sue, how pink and young and youthful they're doing. Like, there's so much content in there when they're doing it, and I'm all for like saying about a woman and showing like the men as pigs, and I'm all for that. And I think it was really good, and then it just spoiled it for me a bit. I'm sorry.
Well, to be honest, it's higher than I thought you were going to give overall anyway.
Okay.
So I'll just put it in back my head saying, well, you did give it an 8, but the caveat of the end. So
100%. Like, yeah, it would have been a strong contender.
Would you see it again though? Would you have a bit of a breathing space, do you think?
I probably would, but then I think at the end I would end up scrolling on my phone.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm completely
walk
honest.
out the room.
Yeah.
Right, that's the end point for me. I don't need to see anymore. I'm going to bed now.
Literally.
Yeah. Right.
Because it is really grotesque. Like, there's a lot of gore in it.
Mm-hmm.
So if people don't like gory shit, then I wouldn't put this on.
Yeah. No, I 100%.
If you
don't.
If you're frightened of blood or needles or anything going in.
A lot of people are scared of like needles being injected in the skin and stuff, but
then
appendages falling off, then in a realistic sense, then it's not. But I've got to give it credit for that as well. Like I said, like practical effects of it is a selling point for me. Not using like shitty CGI or anything like that. I gave it a 10 when I watched it the first time. I'll still give it a 10.
Even though it made your wife gip. He's like, I'll give it an 11 because I've never got that reaction before.
No, still very high. Visuals, context, and just an overall, like, I say, what makes you feel.
Yeah.
As
like
in
how
the
your
sense.
emotions are with it.
Yeah. Even though, obviously, I'm not a woman myself, but I can totally see what the director is going for.
Yeah.
With that, and I've seen that a lot more in films these days.
And I think I make it more prevalent now. I'm a bit more on that form, aren't I?
But it's also, I say, it's very truthful. Sure, and it's the fact that it's probably still does exist and occur. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. Anyways, I somewhat appreciated it.
What?
It's weird. It's a weird one for me.
Bittersweet. Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. Even that's the right word.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
But I'm glad we got the opportunity to talk about it, as I say, because I feel like there was substance.
Yeah, there was.
to talk about.
See what you did there.
Yeah. And did you think, like, I know it is horror, but do you think it was? Do you see my sort of justification for putting it in not like October time, because it's not like dark and
I think it's just a back end, isn't it? That's more horrific.
Yeah, but more so.
The initial bit is kind of like a body swap, which is like Freaky Friday or something like that, which is I'm all for. But it's more horrific at the end, isn't it? So I think I'll slightly let you off. I did think it was initially when I was having a go was more some chainsaw massacre guy
no,
got a woman and he's...
Oh no, I wouldn't have essentially got away with fitting that in, because I feel like that does fit more into like the atypical horror, let's say, but this is like a modern take on that. So yeah, great stuff. Hope you enjoyed listening to our thoughts on this. Sophie's ordeal with the situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Such a lucky human I am.
So thank you very much for listening once again, and we'll speak to you next time.
Speak to you next time.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.